Okay, what is the x-intercept of the graph of y equals x squared minus 4x plus 4? This is another one of those questions where you can answer a lot of different ways. It helps to know that the x-intercept is, that's another word for that are the zeros or the roots or the solutions. And we have a lot of ways that we can go about finding that. One of them is the quadratic formula. We've got factoring. We can even put that in a calculator if we have access to a graphing calculator, and we can just look to see where the x-intercept is on the graph. So let me start off by showing you the way that is probably it's gonna work every time, the quadratic formula. So if we have the quadratic formula x equals negative b, so a is 1, b is negative 4, c is 4. Negative b, that would be negative negative 4, just 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared, negative 4 squared would be 16, minus 4 times a times c. 4 times 1 is 4 times c times another 4 is 16, all over 2a. 2 times 1 is 2. 4 plus or minus the square root of 16 minus 16 is 0. 4 plus or minus the square root of 0 is 0, so 4 plus 0 is still 4 divided by 2, which is 2. That's my one x-intercept. Now, you could also do factoring. Factoring should give me that same result, so now the problem is that not everything can factor. This one happens to be able to factor. So what factors of 4 will add up to negative 4? It's like a little mini puzzle. So when you think about what factors of the last number 4 add up to the middle number negative 4, well, we can come up with negative 2 times negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4, and if you add negative 2 and negative 2, you get negative 4. So I can write those as factors, and then solving those factors can give me my answer. So 2 minus 2, when I say solve, what makes it equal 0? Because that's what we're looking for, the zeros or the x-intercepts. So in this particular case, 2 minus 2 would be 0 here, 2 minus 2 would be 0 here. Both answers are x equals 2. So the x-intercept, we probably should have put x equals over here as well, is going to be 2 no matter what. Just to show you, if you do have access to a graphing calculator, this is potentially going to be a simple way to do it as well. If you've got nice clean numbers to look at, I could go to my y equals x squared minus 4x plus 4 was the equation. I can hit graph, and I can see the x-intercept is where it crosses the x-axis here, which looks like it's right about there. You say, well, I can't tell exactly where that is. You got a couple options. You can hit second trace, and if you hit this trace button, you've got an option of value, and you can pick any value you want and kind of see if you're right. It looks like it's at 1, 2, maybe 2 or 3. It's, from the way the picture's drawn, we know it's 2. So if I plug in a 2 there, I can see that it comes out to 0, and that is the x-intercept. Another way you could do that is you could go to your table, and if you go to your table, you could come down here to where you find the x of 2 with the y of 0. Remember, we're looking for the x-intercept. That's when the y would be 0, and that's at 2. So those are 2 different ways you could do just with the calculator. So 2 ways with the calculator, 2 ways by hand. You got all sorts of ways to do it. Don't do it every way. Pick a way that you feel confident with. It's great if you can be flexible and know multiple ways to do things, but I want you to see what's out there so that you can know that that answer is doable in several different algebraic ways.